So what's up, you guys? You're welcome to the Pop Culture Parrots. Please do not forget to like, to subscribe, to turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time that I post. So let's get right into it. Happy New Year, you guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. We're just getting started. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit it now. I wish you guys the absolute best and I hope you enjoy your year. So let's get right into it. Petition to leave Cardi and Offset's marriage drama in 2024. Like, we cannot be doing this. Like, we can't be doing this, literally. We can't be doing this every year. Like, the year just started. We are barely 24 hours into the year, and Cardi and Offset are already getting into it again. So here's the tea. Offset went out to party for the New Year's. Very typical. People go out to party for the New Year's all the time. But I have no idea. But he was obviously a bit tipsy, and began to go on a whole rant about how he's surrounded by bees and never needs to beg for anything. And in 2025, he's focusing on himself, that he has never needed to beg a woman for this and that. Basically referencing Cardi's message about when he was begging her for the cooch. And it's like, okay, we get it. If you don't want to be associated with Cardi, or you don't want us to talk about you and Cardi's mess, then why do you keep bringing her up all the time? Like, you're a whole man that keeps bringing her up every single time. You're always the one starting the issue. You're always the one bringing her up. And then you're talking about, oh, you're focusing on yourself. From the clips, you're clearly not focusing on yourself. You're still focusing very much on Cardi. And it's very weird.
I ain't begging for nothing, pussy. I'm him, y'all nigga done forgot. Yeah, set, Poppy P. Hello. 2025, we running up 200 million on you pussies. Facts.
And to me, it's rather childish for a grown man to be posting himself kissing other women in the club, touching up on strippers. Like, what points are you trying to convey? Is this your first time in the club? And we know you have a history with women, so we literally did not need to see all that. Like, you're literally acting like a child that was taken to the club for the first time that has to take pictures of himself kissing and touching on all other women. It's just very irritating in general. But child, anyways, it seems that Cardi can't seem to catch a break, because from the Offset drama to her fans gagging her about the album, it doesn't seem to be a very happy New Year's for Cardi, because he all started off with this single tweet that took on a life of its own, basically saying that Cardi has come to the realization that she no longer has the powerful fan base or the GP to be able to carry her to #1 on the Billboard 200, especially being able to pass 228k. She can't. Cardi has realized that she has really fell off. It's not 2018 anymore. She sees herself all of this. And she knows she can't pass 228k, so she won't be coming out with an album. Nicki Minaj was right. She has no passion for rap, no passion for her crafts, no writing skills. Sorry, Cardi, but you did this to yourself. Cardi treats her fans like shits and wonders why everyone... And the tweet goes on. It was a very extensive rant, but basically, the bottom line of the tweet was the fact that they're acknowledging the fact that Cardi may have lost her touch because of how long she has waited to drop an album. Kind of what happened to Normani after Motivation. You know, after Motivation, Normani had all the hype in the world and more. Everyone was waiting for the album, and then it was dragged and dragged and dragged. And now nobody gives an F about Normani anymore. Nobody. So people are kind of speculating that it's the same thing with Cardi. Like, you're not going to keep fans waiting for your second album 8 years in and be expecting to still have the same touch. Like, it's literally just not possible, except you're as impactful as Lauryn Hill or maybe Nicki Minaj. Could you keep your fans waiting for 8 years for a second album and not expect to flop? So basically, fans are acknowledging that Cardi has lost her touch and she has come to the realization of this. And that's why she's always so salty, she's always so bitter, she's always screaming and yelling at somebody and going on one rant to the other.
Now y'all ain't getting no fucking boat. Y'all ain't getting shit but whip shots. I don't give a fuck. Cause y'all done pissed me the fuck off.
about your
Yeah, bitch,
music.
I
Let's
know
talk
it's you,
about
bitch.
something
And I'm
else.
talking with your bitch right fucking now. I'm going to
Let's
your
talk
bitch
about
right
your
fucking now.
music.
And it better be not fucking you. I'm gonna violate you. I'm gonna violate you. I'm gonna violate you.
Let's talk about your music.
Huh? Let's talk about your motherfucking job, bitch. You got a motherfucking job, bitch? Huh?
Yeah.
So send that money on. Send that motherfucking money, nigga.
But anyways, it's such an honor to meet you.
And if you've been here long enough, you will know that this is one of my major complaints about Cardi. You can't treat your fans like this, knowing fully well you're giving them nothing. You can't treat your fans like this, knowing fully well that you're not giving them music. And most of the time, the reason you crash out on them is because they're asking for music. And it really just confuses me. Like, it really confuses me why you're so mad that people that support you and stand you are asking for music. Like, why does that trigger you so much? Why does that upset you so much? Bardi Ganga really got strongest soldiers because he could never be me. It could never be me. Like, I couldn't take that level of disrespect from somebody that I'm supposed to be supporting, that is not giving me music and is still yelling and screaming at me while not giving music. Like, it doesn't add up. But anyways, moving on. So Michael Jackson fans continue to troll Beyonce and Beehive by extension. Basically because of the comparisons of Michael to Beyonce, both as a performer or as an artist in general. And now again, MJ fans have their legs on Beehive and Beyonce's neck. And it all started with the release of their worldwide album sales throughout their career. So we see MJ's peak at a mighty 122 million albums sold, down to 66 million, 47 million, 33 million, 32 million. So that was the range of MJ's album sales worldwide. Compared to Beyonce's peak of 22 million, 19.7, 14.8, and so on. So from this, we can see that Beyonce's highest selling album was I Am Sasha Fierce with 22 million sales worldwide. And that's 100 million units behind MJ's highest selling Thriller. And not only that, if you add the sales of every single Beyonce album throughout her career, it's not still up to 100 million that was sold by a single MJ album. So here's what I think. I think Beehive does Beyonce more bad than good by comparing her to Michael rather. They definitely do her more harm than good because Michael is on a league on his own, and that's fine because Beyonce is a superstar in her own right. So I don't even understand why there's ever a need to compare. For God's sake, she was ranked the greatest pop star of the 21st century. Why is there this desperation to compare her to Michael Jackson where there is clearly a gap between the both of them? There's a gap between Michael and any artist you could think of. So I don't understand the desperation of the comparison. Like, it doesn't ever add up. She's bigger than Michael. She's the new Michael Jackson. This, that. Like, it never adds up. Never. That being said, Beyonce doesn't need to be compared to anybody. Like, being this or being that does not diminish her greatness in any way. You don't have to pull anybody down to lift Beyonce up. She's already up there. Period. I personally am excited for the tour that she would allegedly or supposedly be announcing in January for fans to go ahead and purchase tickets and the rest. I'm excited for that. So I hope we can bury the comparisons to Michael Jackson and genuinely just move on and enjoy the music. And now that the year is over, we can officially confirm that Nicki Minaj is the best-selling female rapper in 2024 by total US units. And accordingly, Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 ends 2024 as the number one best-selling female rap album of the year in the US by total units. It was also the highest grossing female rapper on tour this year, but we already knew that because the Pink Friday 2 tour was monumental. And it received 5 stars from Variety, Toronto Star, Chicago Sun-Times, Daily Mail, Apple Music, and 4 stars from The Telegraph, NME, and just a few 4 stars, but mostly 5 stars. And I think it was super impressive because before the tour, people were saying, oh, Nicki can't perform, this and that, da, 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 da. And she shut down those allegations gracefully while making money as well from the tour. And it just gives a lot of room to wonder, like, what's next? Like, this was already such a big year for Nicki. What could Nicki pull out of her bag for the album that is dropping next year? And we have some inside scoop on that. Because according to Reliable Insider, Nicki Minaj is rumored to release a single this February. So a single meaning that she's going to break a hiatus. Because if you know, you know that Nicki is on a break from social media. She's not been posting. She's not been interacting. And whenever she does that, I think it's kind of expected that she's going to come back with new music or some sort. Because I think I heard two sides of the story. So it's either in February or March, because February would be a little too sudden because she just took the break. So late February or March is a more foreseeable date for the release. And you know the Barbs, as soon as this came out, it turned into, oh my god, Nicki, can we get a music video? Nicki this, Nicki that. Oh, Nicki, this is what we want the singles to sound like. Oh, we want pop Nicki, we want this Nicki, we want that Nicki. And I'm like, oh my god, like if I was Nicki, I would have been so tired of the Barbs by now. And that's how you know that she loves y'all so much. Like Nicki loves the Barbs to death because they can be super annoying with their demands. Like they're always asking for something, they're always requesting something, they're always wanting Nicki to sound like this and sound like that and do this and do that. Don't get me wrong, I am on the Barb side a lot of the time regarding, oh, Nicki, we want this, oh, Nicki, we want that, because I do want that. I want music videos from Nicki. I want Nicki to do pop songs sometimes. I want her to do hard rap songs like Red Ruby and Bobby Dangerous. I want that too. But I just don't want the Barbs to be super imposing and try to control Nicki's artistry and be demanding and this and that. Like, you could literally say, oh, Nicki, we want this, and let it rest. Like, turn it into a harassment or bullying campaign makes absolutely no sense to me personally. But either way, I'm super, super excited because we're getting a new Nicki album this year. And I think fans are just clocking in that both Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat are dropping their studio albums, fifth and sixth studio albums, respectively, this year. So I think it's a really big year for female rap. Megan Thee Stallion is also dropping. And whenever Megan is dropping, I'm always praying that, oh my god, I pray she sounds different this time. So I'm still praying that she sounds different this time as well. Like, I hope for the best for Megan to sound good on her records. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Please do not forget to like, to subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you get notified each time that I post. Good night.